Hey everybody, it's Molly with All Ears. I'm here today at Universal Orlando with a brand new video. But what am I doing today? I've got no idea. It's another Instagram decides my day. So everything from what I ride, what I eat, even what I'm wearing right now, totally chosen by our Instagram followers. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be exciting. I have no idea what to expect. Let's get in there. Before I left this morning, I asked which shirt I should wear. You guys voted this cool Jurassic Park one, so I'm excited to wear that. And then you also voted for the matching mask and which wand I should bring, just in case anybody tells me to do some magic. Unlike Disney, you don't need a park pass reservation to go to Universal Orlando's parks. So I put a poll up and asked if I should start at Islands of Adventure, which is the side with Hogsmeade and Jurassic Park and Marvel Super Landing, or if I should start at Universal Studios Florida, which is the side with the Mummy and Diagon Alley and E.T. And it was literally a 1 vote difference when I had to decide which way to go. So, Islands of Adventure, here I come. As a quick note, they are doing the biometric scanning when you come into Universal Parks, which is when you put your finger down that's attached to your pass or your ticket. They are wiping it down in between each person, but if you still don't want to do it, you can opt out and just show them your ID. So, all right, we're in the park. What tune in first? I'm on my way to my first mission, but I have a quick question. Who is that? I know that's Spider-Man. I got nothing on the other guy. He's not in the MCU, from my understanding. And I watched them all one time, so. Just kidding. I've watched a lot of them multiple times now because I'm totally into the MCU. And I feel lame for not getting into it earlier, but seriously, someone let me know who that is. Because I fell in love with 100 different characters, and not one of them was that guy. The most requested land I go visit, I think it could have something to do with the mask, is Jurassic Park. I got a lot of requests for go ride the ride, go to Jurassic Park, show us things in Jurassic Park. But one particular request I liked a lot. So I'm headed to Jurassic Park. Do 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 do. I made it to Jurassic Park. Now there's a few things to do here. Right on the cusp of it is Skull Island Reign of Kong, which isn't really Jurassic Park themed, but there are dinosaurs and it's in this land, you know, technically. There's Thunder Falls Terrace right here, which is a quick service restaurant where you can get barbecue and salads and things, roasted chicken. I had a roasted chicken wrap there once, that was pretty good. This is Camp Jurassic, which is currently closed, but that's where Pterodon Flyers is, which is that ride you can only ride if you have a child with you up in the sky. It's awesome. I got to ride it one time. It was amazing, but normally kids with an adult only. There is Jurassic Outfitters, which is the merchandise shop at the exit here of River Adventure, which is the boat ride through Jurassic Park, which is awesome. There's Natural Selections, which is a somewhat new snack stand. They've got empanadas and some churros, good things. But really exciting news is right here. This is Velociraptor, which is the not yet opened roller coaster coming later this year. I am giddy about this. But what I'm gonna do right now is go to the Raptor encounter where I will be meeting a dinosaur for reals, and I'm gonna show them my cool outfit. I'm very excited. The Raptor encounter is super cool. You're either gonna meet Blue, the full-size Velociraptor from the Jurassic World movies, or you're gonna meet Sierra, who's a baby Velociraptor. And there is a dinosaur wrangler up there to help you and guide you and tell you where to stand, tell you what to do and not to do. Like, don't try and touch Blue. She may bite your hand off. You don't want to lose a finger. And they'll tell you where to pose and everything. And it's super fun. And not a lot of people do this. And it's literally one of the most fun things I've done at Jurassic Park. It's definitely one of the coolest pictures you can get at Jurassic Park. And the first time I did it, I watched all these adults in line get scared and jump, and I was like, you dorks! And then I was screaming my head off when I went up there, so it's super, super cool.
Nice.
Blue, I wanted to show you my outfit!
You want to see your outfit?
It has a dinosaur on it!
It's all vintage! That's back when we were on.
Bye, Blue!
We'll see you later. Thank you.
Bye! From dragons to wizards, here we go into the Wizarding World of Jurassic Park. The Wizarding World of Jurassic Park. Wow, that'd be a cool land. What would that even be like? It would be like, instead of hippogriffs, you could ride pterodactyls. Huh, something to chew over. Anyway, we're actually headed to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, obviously, because there's quite a few requests in there, and I'm excited to do. And obviously, I will never say no to a trip to Hogwarts. And someone has suggested that I find 5 Harry Potter Easter eggs in the queue here at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. And I love this one because I actually recently learned about a few more Easter eggs in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I can't wait to show them. There are so many details in this queue, Harry Potter fans. This one's for you. I also did a video about this. One thing I want to point out on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, they recently opened these new lockers. If you've ridden it before, you know what a choke point the lockers were. So now they are over here on the side. You drop your stuff off and then you go get in the queue. For those who don't know what I'm talking about with lockers, on several Universal attractions, you have to put anything into a locker that you can't put in your pocket. So like your backpacks, your wands, etc. need to all go in a locker. You open them with your park ticket, so make sure you take that with you. I say this every time, if you don't want to ride the ride because you're afraid it'll make you motion sick, which it very likely will if you get any kind of motion sick, you can just walk through the queue. And Harry Potter fans, I definitely recommend you do this because of all the Easter eggs. So you enter here into the basement, into the dungeon area. For the first one, this statue of the wizard with the hump, that is one of the secret tunnels that's on the Marauders map that they mentioned in Prisoner of Azkaban. But this is one I just learned about. If you kind of lean over and look at the door behind it, you can see whose office it is. That's Professor Snape's office! Wow, freaking out a little bit over that one. That's really cool. Didn't know that till today. Right across from that, you've got the Mirror of Erised, hello, which is the Mirror of Desire. And then here's the potions classroom, and if you listen closely, you can actually hear Snape scolding Neville. So that's 3 already. Next up are mandrakes. They're potted now, but these are the ones that if they are out of the water or out of the soil and they scream, they can kill you. So let's leave them in there. They're from Chamber of Secrets, the mandrakes. Once you're inside the castle, one you're going to want to look for are the counters here for the House Cup. You'll notice that, per usual, Gryffindor is winning. My fellow Slytherins, Ravenclaws, and Hufflepuffs, this is when we must band together. Now we're headed into Dumbledore's office, where you can say one of the known passwords, Sherbet Lemon. Good for me. Don't forget to listen to the Founders of Hogwarts chat. We've got Salazar, hello friend, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Godric Gryffindor. Inside Dumbledore's office, there's some really cool things as well, including one I just read about and I'd never noticed, and it's right here. It's the Sword of Gryffindor. I didn't know that was in here. I mean, I did in the plot. I didn't know it was in this queue. Also, the Pensieve. This is one of my favorite ones. The queue's not extending that far forward right now, but the books on the desk in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom are the defensive magic for beginners that Umbridge makes them read in book 5. Okay, this makes no sense. The books are from book 5 because it's the defensive dark arts for beginners that Umbridge assigns them, but on the board, it's Expecto Patronum, which none of them learn in Defense Against the Dark Arts. Lupin teaches Harry that on the side, and then Harry teaches everybody else. So, what gives? Sorry, my Harry Potter nerd is showing. Now you will go through into the Gryffindor common room, thanks to the fat lady. Thank you, ma'am. And you will see some of the decor. I love the detail of the moving newspapers places. Got a Daily Prophet right there. We're in the Gryffindor common room now. It's hard to see on video, but you can see it better in pictures with the dark mode on. But this right here is a Wizard's Wireless, which you will remember in Deathly Hallows. That's how they listen to the radio, and you have to tune in and find the right word, and they listen to Fred and George and Lupin and Kingsley Shacklebolt give updates. No trip to Hogwarts is complete without seeing the Sorting Hat. And last but not least, before you board or exit like me, make sure you look up at the floating candles on the ceiling. When you exit, you're in Filch's Emporium of Confiscated Goods, and this is actually where the lockers used to be, but now it's just a little bit of extended area for merchandise, which is nice. I always liked doing this in the shop before, but now you can see it even closer. Filch's Emporium of Confiscated Goods is things that Argus Filch, the caretaker, has compensated from students. So I like looking at the kind of stuff he's taken. Like, there's a bunch of firecrackers here. These are definitely Weasley's products. Rubber chickens. If you've got a second, come look through this store just to look at all the things that Filch has decided people don't need. You've got a copy of the Quibbler back there. This box just says Weasley stuff. I love it. I, shocking to no one, love walking through the Hogwarts queue. And the attraction is really good. If you've never done it, I definitely recommend it. But if you get motion sick, it definitely whirls you about. The next one on my list, a lot of people have suggested doing a little magic throughout the day, and I did pack a wand just for the occasion. In fact, I had you guys vote on which wand I should bring, because I have a few, because I have a problem. Anyway, you guys told me to bring the wand that chose me during my Ollivander sorting ceremony in the wand video I did, which we can link for you, and to do a little bit of magic. And one person said do magic spell in each of the Harry Potter parts, so one in Hogsmeade, one in Diagon Alley, and then one also in Nocturne Alley. So I'm going to try that and get a little magic done in all parts of Hogwarts, or Wizarding World. Right here is actually my favorite spell on this side because I like the effect. So we're doing Aloha Mora. All right. Aloha Mora. It keeps going. I love this one so much. It keeps going and going and going and going. To the fountain! I love it so much. One thing I do want to note about the wands, they do have an Ollivanders here in Hogsmeade as well as one over in Diagon Alley, and you can do the wand ceremony. When I did it, shortly after the reopening, it was only one party at a time in there, so I was guaranteed to be chosen to do the wands. But now they are closer back to the way it was before the closure, meaning they can have up to 8 people in there at a time to make sure they're still safely socially distanced. But one person of the 8 gets chosen at random. So if you had a party of 4 and another party of 4, it's not guaranteed that someone from your party could get chosen, which is how they were doing it for many, many years prior to the closures. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. I got a very interesting one. And it said to ride something that you think isn't as long as it says it is. I've also gotten a lot of them that say to ride Hagrid's. I've also gotten a few to say clock the wait times and see if they're accurate. So kind of all similar. So I figure if I'm going to test something out to see if it's really how long it says it is, I'm going to do the most popular ride in the park. And that ride is Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure TM. It is posted at 75 minutes. The line starts all the way back here. So here we go.
This is the queue for Hagrid.
But what I'm going to tell you guys is that I've ridden this ride many times. and not once has it been as long as it said it was. One thing I will explain about this attraction in the queue, it gets a little confusing, is that when it is very, very busy, they will go to a virtual queue system. It's in the app, it's called Virtual Line. They will do it at a lot of different attractions when it's really busy, like I'm talking Christmas, New Year's. Sometimes on the weekends, if the line is too long for people to physically stand in it, they will go to a virtual line, and then you sign up for a time in the app to come back. It'll say like come back between 1 and 1:30, and then you come back and then you get in the line. You may not walk right on, it's not a fast pass, it's just guaranteeing you have a spot in line. If you come on a day like that and you try to get a Hagrid's virtual line and you can't, just wait a little bit because they keep replenishing them. So just fiddle faddle, check back, and hopefully you can snag one. One thing they are doing now with the Hagrid's queue, which I think was a good move, is instead of weaving back all the way through the Lost Continent like it used to, they have part of the queue going into this, what used to be the Sinbad Theater and is now a U-Rest stop, which I think is good because that was definitely a choke point going into Hogsmeade with all the people in line for Hagrid's, plus the people getting off of the train, plus the people coming into the land itself. It was definitely a choke point, and this is helping spread that out a little bit. It's taken me about 13 minutes to get to bag check. Remember, you're going to use your ticket. If you have a big bag that doesn't fit in the lockers, they're $2. I really shoved mine in there, it barely fit. But otherwise, the lockers are free for while you're on the attraction.
I reckon some of you are dying to go and explore on your own. I would advise against that if you want to keep your remaining limbs.
Hagrid's talking about the Scroots, which you're going to see on the attraction, which I've said this before and I'll say it again, that's a deep cut for the book readers because they aren't in the movies. So I appreciate that they did that. Looking at all the little...
The motorbikes move quickly and suddenly.
Ask Harry, what exactly is the purpose of a rubber duck? Oh, that is good. Hello. It's been just about 45 minutes and I'm already into this room, which is the last room before you load. So yeah, we're looking at like 30 minutes less than the posted time for this one right now. Just got my hand sanitizer. Universal is still requiring that you put hand sanitizer on from the team member before you board. I have said it before. I will say it again. I will say it every single time I ride that attraction. That is the best roller coaster in Orlando. It is so good. Harry Potter fans, you absolutely must. Not Harry Potter fans, I don't even know what to do. But you should ride it anyway, even if you don't like Harry Potter, which, take it from Breedlove. Why don't you try? It's a delight. Okay, so it ended up being 48 minutes, which again is about 30 minutes less than the posted wait time. I don't want to tell you that every time you see the Hagrid's line as a long time, it's going to be significantly less, but I am going to tell you every time I've ridden it, it's been about 20 to 30 minutes less than the posted wait. So there you go. All right, off to see what I'm doing next. A little tip before you ride Hagrid's, there is a tester seat right outside. It is a very restrictive kind of unique seating, and it would be a real bummer if you waited the whole time in line and then got to the front and then realized you're not going to be comfortable in the seat. So Universal has these at most of their thrill ride attractions. They have tester seats, and I definitely recommend you try them if you're worried that it's not going to be a comfortable ride for you. I've been at the park for a few hours now, so I put up a poll with the wait times from both parks, asking if I should stay here at Islands of Adventure or if I should head over to Universal Studios, which is the other park. And the overwhelming amount of people said it's time to go to Universal Studios Florida. So I'm walking that way now. Made it into Universal Studios Florida. A lovely short walk. And I put another poll up to see what I should do next. Gotten a couple great suggestions so far. A couple of them that I'm thinking about. Well, we know I got to do magic here. in both Diagon and Nocturne Alley to finish that one. Somebody told me to have a dance party with the character, gladly. And somebody else, actually quite a few people have been suggesting to eat lunch somewhere I've never eaten, or eat something I never had, or find a new favorite food, or like something along those lines. All right, for lunch, something I've never eaten before, I am gonna try out the brisket crepe. I love these crepes at Central Park Crepe. My favorite one they took off the menu to make room for the seasonal, which was the Thanksgiving one, which I also ate in the holiday video. But this brisket one has been on the menu since they debuted, and everyone says it's amazing. These crepes are made to order. They've got sweet and savory ones. Right now for savory, we've got the brisket, which I'm trying, a vegan one. They have a seasonal, which will rotate out, and then they've got sweet ones as well. Okay, here's my crepe. It's got the brisket in there and the cheese and the slaw, and I'm so excited. I just love eating here because you've got these little tables all spaced out over here. And there wasn't a line for the crepes, which is crazy because there's a line for a lot of the other quick service spots. And I think the crepes are better, but we'll see how this one is. Okay, yeah, that is good. Nice lean brisket and the barbecue ranch. There we go. Look at that. Look at all that brisket. The slaw is really helping because otherwise it's just a lot of meat. Definitely very filling. I think you could split it. I mean, I don't know how physically, unless you want to like pass it back and forth. I don't know if you can cut it in half. You could try it though, because it's definitely very filling. Finished my crepe, and I think I found who I can have my dance party with. King Julian is out here working it. So I'm gonna see if he wants to have a dance party with me. I mean, he's already dancing. King Julian, will you have a dance party with me? Okay, ready? You're a very good dancer. Thanks, King Julian. Oh, yes. Thank you. Working my way around the park. Another really fun question was, are there any real movie props here? Because not a lot of people know this, but they actually used this as a movie set and studio for a while, like a working one when the park first opened. They shot a couple movies here. But they actually have some props from real movies that were not shot here that Universal owns, including a very, very cool one right over here. This right here, you guys know what this is? 88 miles an hour. This is the actual DeLorean used in Back to the Future. That's the train used in Back to the Future 3. But this is way cooler. I posted the wait times again on the Instagram to see what I should do next. And a lot of people said Men in Black Alien Attack because it's got a low wait right now. On the app it had a 10-minute wait. And I love this attraction. And a lot of people are saying to beat my best score. Because it's like Buzz Lightyear where it's like a shooting game. I don't actually know what my best score is. It's not that good because I'm not as good at this as I am at Buzz Lightyear. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get myself a locker. I'm gonna ride it twice in a row, establish that baseline score, and then see if I can beat it. Here we go. I got 209,345 or something like that, I think. We can check the tape. So that's my baseline. I'm gonna see if I can do better. What I do like about this attraction more than Buzz Lightyear is one, you can pick the gun up like the Disneyland version. And two, when you hit something, your gun makes a noise and the alien's eyes change colors. I find it really hard on Buzz Lightyear to know when you actually hit something. What I don't like as much is that your cars physically spin you around, and I forgot how intense it is. There's a reason you can't bring your bag. Anyway, let's see if I can do better this time. Hello, just one. Thank you. Okay. First time, 209 something thousand. Second time, 54 something thousand. So safe to say I got worse. But now, hey, I know 209,000. That's probably the best I've ever done. That's my new baseline. I must have hit some good aliens the first time. Interesting. But now I figure since I'm one land over from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, I might as well go finish out my magic. For my spell here in Diagon Alley, I'm actually going to do a secret spell because there's no marker on the ground, so you just have to know that it's here. It's at this giant barrel of dragon dung. It's a dung bomb, and we're going to do Engorgio. But I did it, and now you know you can do it too. Y'all, I'm not kidding you. A smell happened when that happened. It smelled like beef jerky. I just did it again. I'm not kidding, a smell happened. Before I head down Nocturne Alley, I'm gonna go into Florian Fortescue's for a little snack. They don't have a long line, which normally I do because it's a little chilly today. That's the ice cream parlor. And they have really unique flavors of ice cream, such as Earl Grey and lavender, sticky toffee pudding. They've got Harry's favorite, which is peanut butter and strawberry. A lot of people said I should try a Harry Potter snack I haven't before. And one person said to let the witch or wizard in there create the weirdest combination of flavors for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Good. Drew, how many, when you get a cup or a cone, can you get one flavor or can you put more?
Two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you put whatever 2 flavors you want in a cup for me?
2 flavors you want.
Any two, get crazy.
Except butterbeer.
Okay. That's
it's
fine.
so good it has to be on its own.
Okay. Yes. Any 2 flavors, go crazy.
Go crazy.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Are you feeling super adventurous?
Super adventurous.
Chocolate chili adventurous?
I could do chocolate chili.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Oh, so
Right.
some salted caramel blondie.
Caramel.
Yum.
Got a nice glob of caramel in here for you. Perfect.
Yum.
The chocolate chili.
Chocolate chili. I'm excited to try this. All right, Drew, put the chocolate chili on top and the salted caramel blondie down at the bottom. I'm so excited to try this. Okay, you have to be distanced and before you can remove your mask and stationary, just like at Disney. So I kind of found this little alleyway by Magical Menagerie. The snake's right there. He's very loud. My apologies. And I'm gonna try my ice cream. Ooh. Okay, first of all, the salted caramel blondie is A+. So caramelly. That's really good. And now the chocolate chili. Tastes like chocolate ice cream. Waiting for the chili. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I did not taste that at all at first. But just like Drew told me, just when you think it's safe, that chili hits you. But I like it. I like spicy food. And I think chili and chocolate, like you can buy candy bars like that, is delicious. So what a unique treat. That is so fun. And if you're brave enough, next time you're here, just ask the Witch or Wizard to make something up for you. Or get the strawberry peanut butter because it's amazing. But I'm enjoying this chocolate chili for something different too. The more I eat this, the more I'm obsessed with it. There's like little chunks of stuff in the blondie one. Obviously, butterbeer is your must-have when you come to the Wizarding World. But Florian Fortescue's has never disappointed me. Now that I've had my delicious ice cream treat, it's time to go do some more magic. We have to do a spell in Nocturne Alley, which is my favorite part of Diagon Alley. Not just because I'm a Slytherin, but because it is so cool back here. I'm gonna find my favorite spell. Okay, are you ready for Locomotor chimney sweep. You gotta start right here. You gotta aim right here. Locomotor, chimney sweep. And the little house elf climbs up and then slides all the way down. Hermione would probably not approve of this, but I think it's adorable. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the wands are truly one of the coolest things about this land. Both lands. They're just amazing. And no matter how many times I've done the spells, I'm always excited when whatever happens. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, don't skimp on the wand magic because it is so fun. There he is. I'm coming for you, Bruce. I love you so much. If you're unfamiliar, this is Bruce. He's the shark from Jaws. That was the name of the mechanical shark used in the movie Jaws, named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer, which was actually a huge insult to the lawyer because the mechanical shark didn't work. They also called it the Great White Turd. Fun facts. Jaws is my all-time favorite movie, and I always have to come see Bruce when I'm here at Universal Orlando, snap a selfie with him. And somebody asked me to go see Bruce, take a selfie, and recite a few Jaws quotes. Don't mind if I do. Y'all know me. Know how I earn a living. This ain't like going down to the pond or chasing Tommy Cox. Bad fish, swallow you whole. We gotta get all your tourists back, get all your businesses on a paying basis. I don't want no captains, I don't want no first mates. There's too many captains on this island. I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10. Now you gotta make a choice. You want Annie up? You wanna be on welfare the whole winter? $10,000 for me and myself. For that you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing. Thank you, Mr. Quint. We'll take it under advisement. Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen, that was no boat accident. Wasn't a propeller, it wasn't a coral reef, it wasn't Jack the Ripper. It was a shark. Yeah, but what kind? What kind of shark? A tiger shark. A what? Chief Brody? I just found out that a girl died here the other day. And you knew, and you let people go swimming anyway. My boy is dead. I just wanted you to know that. And of course, gotta take my selfie. Now it is a rule at Universal Orlando, this is different than Disney, that if you are socially distanced from other people, you can remove your mask just to take a picture and then put it back on before you go out near other people. Use that with your discretion, but no one is around me, so I'm gonna take a selfie with Bruce. That is one of the biggest differences of Universal and Disney right now. At Disney, if you want to take pictures, you cannot take your mask off. And they actually have cast members stationed around popular icons like the castle and things like that to remind people to keep their masks on while taking pictures. I say do it at your smartest discretion. There was no one around the shark, which is why I felt comfortable taking my mask off and putting it back on, standing where I was since no one was around me. I personally would not do it on somewhere like the Hogwarts Bridge on a busy day because there's a lot of people and a lot of foot traffic there. So another big difference between Disney and Universal right now is that Disney is doing the park pass system that Universal is not doing. So as you know, to go to Disney right now, you have to make a reservation for a specific park. And then after 2, you can hop if you have that on your tickets. We did a whole video about the new park hopper system that kicked off this year, but at Universal, there's no reservation system as of now. So you just show up. If they are full, sorry. So on the weekends, I recommend getting here very early. During the holidays, a couple days, they literally hit capacity in 10 minutes, which is crazy. So there's definitely pros and cons, I think, to both the park pass and not doing the park pass, but that's just how it is. So like I said, I recommend getting here early on the weekends. On the weekdays, unless it's the holidays, it doesn't usually fill. I'm over here near the ET Adventure because someone suggested I see how many times I can ride ET Adventure in 1 hour. As you can see, the current posted wait time is 50 minutes, 50. So based on that, I would say 2. because I'm going to count getting in line. If I can get in line again before the hour's up, that counts. The E.T. Adventure is the last remaining opening day attraction here at Universal Orlando. It is part dark ride through the last 15 minutes of the movie E.T. and part Steven Spielberg's fever dream, I assume. We get real into it on our RTT episode about Universal Monsters, which we can link for you. Very fun episode. Okay, now that I'm actually inside and in the forest, we're hashtag moving and grooving, baby. That ride is such a trip. Oh wait, that's Child Swap. I'm confused because I've just been on E.T.'s Planet and it is confusing to say the least. But that only took 25 minutes, so half the posted wait time, and I got the best seat because if you get seated in the front row, sit in the second seat from the left, and that's the one with the basket that E.T.'s head pops out of. But we got to get back in line. It's now posted at 25 minutes, which was accurate, so let's do it again. It definitely was not as long as they said it would be, but it's probably one of the longest times I've ever waited for E.T. Also, if you rode this ride before the park closures, you know that in the queue, they asked your name, and then at the end, E.T. would be like, "Thank you, Molly." But now E.T. just says things like, "Thank you, friend." Front row again. That time took about 10 minutes. I've got 12 minutes left on the clock, so I can definitely do it one more time because I'm counting if you get in the queue as getting on the ride. If you haven't done the E.T. Adventure, you must. Again, first half of the ride is like the end part of the movie when you're in the bikes and you're escaping from E.T. And then the second half, you go to E.T.'s planet with him, and it's a wacky place. There's like a corn husk doll that's like, "You have saved us, E.T." And there's like a mushroom guy that's like, "Welcome home." It is bonkers. And then there's like a bunch of little E.T.s. Like, you don't think about the fact that E.T. is like one of a species. You just think of him as E.T. But there's more of him. My timer just went off as I was going through into the forest. So it turns out 3 is the official number. And I think this time it's already been about 6-7 minutes or so. Hello. So I think this one's going to take about 15 minutes total to get on, but definitely less than the 35 posted it was when I came in for this third time. I'm about to board for my third flight with E.T. You can do pictures here in the gift shop with E.T. The one on the bike you have to do with the Universal photographer because it's green screened, and you can purchase it or comes with certain packages. But then this one right here, you can take a selfie with it or you can take your own. And they are wiping it down in between each guest, and only the guest that's taking the picture as well as the team member are allowed back there. So super cute. Don't forget to take your selfie with E.T. Riding E.T. 3 times in a row, I gotta say, like, I get it now. I understand E.T.'s home planet, and I want to be there right now. It just took me riding it 3 times in a row to realize what a treasure trove that place is. I get it. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing before I go. I've been asked multiple times to get a snack I've never had, an iconic treat I've never had, and I'm gonna get the Universal brookie from one of their bakery cases. I've heard from many people that it's delicious, none more than one of our awesome writers at AllEars. Her name is Rachel, and she's always like, "Molly, get the brookie and tell people how great it is. It's so good." She's always telling me, every time I come here, she's like, "Molly, did you get the brookie?" And I'm like, "I didn't do it, Rachel, I'm sorry." So we're gonna get a brookie so I can tell Rachel she's right or wrong. We don't know yet. But I think that'll also satisfy all of you wanting me to get a treat I've never had. The brookies, that's a brownie cookie hybrid, do come and go sometimes, but recently I've seen them inside of the studio suites right here, which is connected to the Universal Studios store. Oh, the door's open over here. Right at the front of this park. They've got a bunch of yummy stuff in here. They've got that like flavored sugar powder that's sour if you want that. They've got a ton of different fudges in all of their bakery cases if you're a fudge kind of fan. They've got caramel apples, chocolate covered s'mores, my goodness. But that's not what we're doing here today. Oh, they also sell the Lard Lad donuts in here if you don't want to go all the way to Simpsons Land. But today, this is what we're after. Okay, I found a little stand that's not open right now, so I can have my brookie. I'm away from everybody. I broke it in half so you can see inside. Doesn't that look good? We'll see. Okay, yeah, that's delicious. You're right, Rachel. It's very moist. It's very chewy. It's a very reasonably priced snack. What I will say though, this is not the most unique snack you're gonna find in Universal Orlando. So if you're gonna get a treat, I'm gonna say to get one in Harry Potter, but if you're not a Harry Potter fan and you don't care about like butterbeer or the ice cream, this is very good. It's simple, it's rich, it's moist. I'm into it. I'm into it. Well, friends, that is a wrap on my Instagram Decides My Day here at Universal Orlando. I hope you had fun following along. Thank you so much for your fun suggestions on our Instagram. Let me know if you want to do this again at another park. Park hopping's back. We can do it back here. We can do it at Disney again. Definitely let me know in the comments. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at AllEars.net. And until next time, y'all, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.